So this is the history of Halloween for my informative speech. So the background, it was originally a Celts holiday that marked the end of the summer harvest, and in many Celts believed that on that day that the difference between the living and the dead was very just thin, that anyone could cross over, that loved ones can come and see each other, which is very similar to the Day of the Dead, but that is November. So this holiday has been going on for about 2,000 years. So it's really, really cool because Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I just love just the atmosphere of it. So how did it become what it is today? So with the migration of the Christian religion coming from Europe to America, and even the late, I think 1600s too, with the beginning of the Christian religion becoming more known and more kind of day to day. A lot of people started believing in witchcraft, and they also believed that the Celts were some part of witchcraft, which was not very religious. So they decided to kind of switch it up a little bit, and they came up with new traditions, and people wore masks to try to be like, don't see who you are. And so a lot of people, and now with the giving out of candy and the with the dressing up, it's all new traditions that people are still coming up with new traditions today, which is really cool. So I was talking with some people, and even they said today that they don't celebrate it. And I asked, why don't they do it? And again, it has to do with Christianity and Jehovah's Witness, and with people not celebrating birthdays and Christmas because they believe that these celebrations should not overtake their appreciation and love for God. So that's why they choose to not celebrate it. But also, some people think of it like a demonic day, because those earlier traditions where it was said that the cross between the living and the dead became so thin that anyone or anything can cross between. So a lot of people believed that a lot of demons were out there, which back when I was talking about the masks, a lot of people tried to hide their identities from people who they may have hurt in the past, or that have died, and that they don't want to be seen by them. So they decided to wear masks. So that is where that tradition comes from. And also with the for cultural reasons, the Mexican culture celebration of Dia de los Muertos, which is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd, which is basically the same thing, but it doesn't happen on October 31st. It happens on November 1st and 2nd. So many holidays have such a deep meaning that seen on the outside, but there's also kind of a lesson to it, that you should talk to people who, your family. You should talk to other people outside of your family to be like, how do you celebrate this holiday? Because it's so cool to just see all these different cultures, to be like, yeah, we celebrate it on this day, but we do this another thing. So I think it's so cool, because even my family does different things. So and I know whenever someone asks me about my family and my traditions, I'm always happy to share, and it's just, I think that Halloween should be a day about celebrating the people you love and every single tradition, and people participating in just not your own culture. It should be about everyone else's culture.